In this session, we will talk about 7 deadly sins of intraday trading. The reason these sins are deadly is because any of these mistakes can potentially kill your dream of becoming a successful trader. So let's get started. The first sin is short delivery. This is one of the least understood yet extremely deadly mistake that newcomers make. In case you don't know what short delivery is, check out the link in the description below. We have made an entire video just on this topic. Anyway, short delivery means shorting a stock intraday and not being able to cover the position before the end of trading session, meaning that you sold shares but you were not able to buy them back. It can happen for a couple of reasons. Number one, the stock that you shorted hits the upper circuit and hence there is no further buying possible in that stock. And number two, you thought that your broker will auto square off your position but he didn't. See, at the end of the day, you were responsible for your own positions, your broker is not. Either way, what people don't know about short delivery is that it's a really expensive mistake. See, what happens behind the scenes is that after the trading session is over, all these short delivered cases are sent for auction by the stock exchanges. And you cannot participate in it, and yet you are responsible for whatever price that they settle for. Trust me, this whole process is not very transparent and it can drag on for several days. On top of that, stock exchange also imposes severe penalty on short deliveries. How much you will end up losing is anybody's guess, but I will give you an idea. A trader that I worked with recently lost about 60,000 rupees on a short delivery while his account only had 1 lakh rupees. You can imagine the kind of damage short delivery can do. So here are the ways of avoiding short delivery. Number one, don't short hot stocks. It means that the stocks that are showing unusual price volume momentum should not be shorted. Number two, always check for the upper circuit of the stocks before shorting them. And number three, always keep a stop loss market order below the upper circuit limit price. Alright, from this tactical kind of a mistake, now let's move on to some fundamental sins. Sin number 2 is taking excessive leverage. In this day and age where brokers are offering 10 times, 20 times and even 40 times leverage, it is easy to get carried away and take trades that are way above your risk level. I meet with traders who just have 1 lakh rupees in their trading account and are taking trades of 10 times their capacity. Now, why do traders do that? It's because of greed, right? To make money quickly. But the problem with leverage, it's a two-edged sword. It cuts both ways. A trade that can potentially give you 100% gains can also take away 50% of your capital. Another problem with excessive leverage is that when a trader with only 1 lakh rupees sees his position in a loss of say 20,000 rupees, he can get scared very easily and will be forced to book losses, only to find later that the stock turned around and that he could actually have made profit in the trade. So because of the excessive leverage, your fear gets kicked in very quickly. Now here is my advice regarding excessive leverage. Number one, never take trades more than 5 times of your capital. And number two, and this is very important, before entering into any trade, ask yourself if you are comfortable losing 2% of the traded amount. If you're not, then you're not supposed to take the trade. Okay, moving on. Sin number 3 is trading addiction. Some traders get addicted to trading just like people get addicted to gambling or smoking. They need that rush from every trade, and without trading, they feel immense boredom and emptiness. If you are one of those traders who start acting like a gambler the moment the stock market opens, then be ready. It's just a matter of time. You will lose all your money and you will be out of the market. Addiction to trading is a serious problem, and I strongly advise you to take professional help if you find yourself trading excessively. My frequent advice is to follow the rule of 6. It means that the maximum number of trades that you can take in any day is 6. And number 2, every once in a while, take a day off from trading and see how your mind reacts. If you feel the urge of trading, it means that you are slowly developing the gambler's tendency. Watch out. Sin number 4 is adding more money to a losing position. This sin doesn't sound like a sin, but trust me, it is. When a trade is not working out, traders sometimes have a tendency to put more money into the trade in order to get the average prices down. But what they don't realize is that they are only digging a deeper hole by throwing good money after bad money. If your trade is giving losses, just accept that it was not a good trade. Take a modest loss and get out. Do not keep messing around with it by adding more capital to the trade, or one day market will cut you very deep. Sin number 5 is not putting a stop loss to every trade. Not putting a stop loss is like walking on a tightrope without a safety net. Maybe a few times you can get away with it, but when you lose your balance, the consequences of that can be brutal. Stop loss forces you to cut the losses when the losses are small and makes you admit that you were wrong. Without them, the losses will just keep on piling and sometimes irreversible damages can happen to your trading account. It's not very hard to put the stop loss, guys, so don't make any excuses. Sin number 6 is trading on tips. The moment you open a trading account, you will be bombarded with these so-called stock tip services. Buy this stock, short this stock, 100% guarantee or money back, blah blah blah. A lot of beginners get sucked into these scams, and these services are plain and simple fraud operations. On the same lines, ignore the buy and sell recommendations by the TV pundits. They are all designed for suckers, and if you are serious about trading, you should start thinking for yourself. Sin number 7 is trading with scared capital. Scared capital is the money that you cannot afford to lose. It can be the money that you borrowed from your friends or family, or it may be the money that you would need to pay your children's school fees or for taking care of your parents. When you trade with scared capital, every loss comes with a debilitating fear of what will I do now. People get into the mindset of how to recover the losses and take even riskier trades in order to recoup their losses. In my experience, anybody trading with scared capital is destined to fail. So follow this simple rule. Don't trade with the money that you cannot afford to lose. Alright guys, this is it. Stay away from these 7 sins and you will have much better odds of success in stock market. Remember that in the race of stock market, the tortoise will always win the race. In other words, don't take the shortcuts. Get rich slowly or get poor quickly. If you have any questions about this session or stock market in general, leave them in the comment section below and we will try to answer them. All the best. Take care.